You know, the windows are open, people are outside, the heat's not on, the air conditioner's not on, which means we aren't that busy. And what that means to you as a homeowner, Dan, is that you can get any kind of work or services at a pre-season special rate. Like I said before, last week, we still have that $79 tune-up special where we're going to go through the entire home, check everything out. This is a big one. We have duct cleanings on an entire duct system for only $199. Right now, if you're thinking about getting your ducts cleaned, getting a little bit of dust in the home, call us up, $199. We'll take care of your whole home, make sure everything's nice and clean. We still have the performance duct testing to make sure you don't overpay on those energy bills. Your comfort level is high. But, Dan, we're always here to serve Delmarva, and if anybody ever has questions or has questions for me even specifically, please call us up, 888-333-8888, or visit us on the web at www.delmarva1hourair.com. Remember, we're 1 hour heating and air conditioning, where we're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Absolutely. Jeff Gross, the guy's an expert, knows what he's talking about. Done many interview with him, and I appreciate him being on the air with us. Before we get to our guest, Everett Moore, here at Jimmy's Grill, we're going to talk with Jimmy Weller from Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville and also Weller's in Ellendale, right on the highway. How are you, Jim?
I'm doing real good. Busy morning. Kind of exciting here.
I think you're going to get some action on that Amish
item. We already
item.
have action.
Really?
So we already have action. Gentlemen stopped in to Ellendale already, so it's like a 3-in-1 thing. It's an Amish-built quality piece of merchandise. It's like a high chair, then you tip it over, and it's a rocking horse. Then you flip it over, and it's a little desk for a child. It's something you could keep from year to year, family to family,
it's
child
hardwood,
to child.
one item, and it does stand up on its end, and it is a high chair that fits right at your existing table. Lay it on its side, a rocking horse, flip it over, a desk. What a neat idea, and so well made. How much is it?
$197.
It's worth it.
$197.
And that's in Ellendale today.
Ellendale, Weller's Clearance Center. And I want to remind you, it's the end of the month. It's also the end of the third quarter. So if you need any of what we sell at either store, we're a little bit more negotiable than normal today and tomorrow. Earlier I thought today was Thursday, but I've been informed today is Friday. So today we're open till 5 at both stores. Then tomorrow we're open till 1 at both stores. So give us a call or stop on in. If you need a trailer, I got new ones, I got used ones, I take trade-ins. If you need a generator or anything that we sell, we really want to finish this third quarter as strong as we can. So the phone number for Bridgeville, 337-8228. The phone number for Ellendale is 422-7336. That's Weller's Clearance Center in Ellendale, Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville. On the web, it's wellers.com. And yesterday we had talked about being involved with the families that got burnt out down in Ocean City in that big fire, the Ocean City condo fire. If you would like to drop off anything to help any of these families, whether it be a gift card to somewhere or, you know, anything at all, we are a drop-off point for that. If you want to know more about it, you can go on Facebook. I believe the Facebook page is called Ocean City Condo Fire, and then it tells you what some of the needs are. But if you want to donate to that, you could drop it off in Wellers or Ellendale or Bridgeville. So other than that, and I just want to say thanks to all the people that came out. It's been a crazy morning, and we've had a good week, and we want to finish today and tomorrow strong. So come see us if you would, please.
Thank you, Jim Weller.
Dan.
We love Jim Weller. He's such an active part of the program, and the guests and the people that have been here at Jimmy's. Yes, absolutely. We appreciate all of you. See Ron Hall from our radio station over there in the corner. If you did not get a Delaware 1059 coffee mug that has the Jimmy's Grill logo on one side, Delaware 1059 on the other, come on out and join us. Everett Moore is here, local man, local attorney, and he has written a book. I've been looking forward to this, Everett. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Dan? Nice to see you.
Growing up country, rural life in the 50s and 60s, and it centers around here, because you grew up here, right?
Yes, I grew up just east of Georgetown, and that's really how the book started. I do a lot of real estate closings, and traditionally when people come in, one of the first questions they ask when we start talking, where did that accent come from? And I tell them, I'm not the one with the accent, they are, but this is a local accent.
Yeah.
And then traditionally I would tell a few stories, and over the years, several bankers and realtors would tell me, you got to write a book, you got to preserve some of these stories. So that's how it started.
And amazing, not just stories in this large coffee table sort of hardback book, but photos. Did you get these? Where did you get the photos?
I took a lot of photos myself. I spent a lot of time in Hagley Museum and Library, at the Delaware State Archives, University of Delaware Online Archives. There are just a lot of great places. Because growing up, we did not take many pictures. And I see you're looking at a picture in the book right now. And when I was growing up, I remember when my brother Ronald came home and said, there's this new stuff called pizza pie, and there's a guy on the boardwalk giving it away. And no one around here knew what pizza was. And
that's
it
right.
was,
If you got to think about this, we're
right,
talking
Dom.
50s and 60s.
That's correct.
And so, again, the picture, I interrupted you a little bit. It's Dominic Polari stretching dough at the Rehoboth Beach Grotto.
Right, and the picture right above it is when they were, their first location was just a little stand on the boardwalk.
Pete, and the sign on it does say pizza pies.
That is exactly right.
Right. Did you become a fan of pizza pie at that time?
Yes, later. I sure did. I was still very young at that time when my brother came home, and it just seemed, you know, our Italian cuisine was chef boyardee. You know, it
Yeah.
was very rare. I mean, everything was the good country food back then. Everything cooked with fat meat, lard, you know, and it wasn't exactly a heart-healthy type of food.
We could go to page 125, and you have this thing broken up by section, and you could get into meals and traditional foods. And how-
Absolutely. What I try to do, this is not a history book per se, although I give a brief history, and there are some histories of some local areas of interest, but I try to give an explanation of what the lifestyle was like for people growing up in rural areas, whether it's here or someplace else.
And that's where you have a picture of a Joseph dairy bottle and some other kitchen utensils from the 50s, and you write about it. You, again, broken up into section, home, recreation.
Right.
You know, a lot of people do say, what did you do for fun? There were nothing to do out here.
Well, back then, if you got baseball cards, you would tend to tape them to the forks so they hit the spokes so your bicycle would sound like a motorcycle. We would spend a lot of times on our bicycles. We could ride on our bicycles, no hands, go a mile down the road and not see another car.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a big difference.
And work and chores. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I grew up on a farm, and from a young age worked on the farm. Whether we were in the poultry industry, we were also did grain farming. And one interesting thing is you flip through the book, you see some pictures of different farm implements. I had a friend that looked at the book. He moved into the area, and I just wanted an idea if this is something that would interest him. And the first question he asked, he said, what in the world is a three-bottom plow? And so that made me realize I needed to take a picture of a plow and describe what a three-bottom plow was.
That's right, because they don't know, and I don't even know what it is. You have to read the book to find out,
That's right.
okay? Whose license tag is that? That's an old
that was my father's license tag. We had it on a 1953, I believe it was, Studebaker pickup, and people would come by, want to buy the pickup, and Dad said, sure, but the license plate doesn't go with it.
Do you still have that tag?
My brother does.
Does he?
Yes.
Get out of here. And that was from a 1952 Studebaker.
That is correct.
And people want to understand the Delaware license tag thing. That's it. It's been in the family.
That is right.
And you don't want to give it up. I don't think you do, right?
No,
It's not, or
no, we don't.
He wouldn't. You do talk about church.
Yes. Back then, church was the central theme of our neighborhood. Matter of fact, we were known as the St. John's neighborhood. And we didn't go to town to go out to eat. There would be a church dinner on Friday nights or Saturday nights. We referred to them as covered dish dinners. Other areas might refer to them as potluck dinners. But that was the main social area of our life.
Help us out with today's landmarks. Where did you grow up?
I grew up just east of Georgetown on the on Deep Branch Road, which was 315. It's out in the area of St. John's Church and Wilson Store, the intersection of Route 30 and 47. The church was my home church. Wilson Store was actually my father started out as my father's one-room schoolhouse. Later, and it was approximately 1/4 mile down the road from where it is now. Then it was moved and opened as a store in the 1930s on my farm, and then later it's moved back to its current location in 1941.
And where did you go to school? Because you have a whole section.
I went to school in Georgetown, and at that time it was called Georgetown Special School District. I went on into the school on West Market Street from all 12 years in the same building.
There's a magazine. I'm sure I think it's called Reminisce. And it is such a fun magazine. It's very popular. Your book reminds me in a sense of that, because every page you go through here, you're learning about the way life was, if not for you, depending on your age, your parents, your grandparents, or even your great-grandparents. And it's so eye-opening. And in a lot of ways, sometimes depending on what it is, you may long for those days, right? I mean, there's been a tremendous amount of change.
Sure, absolutely. I have many fond memories. I was very fortunate. I grew up with a loving family. I was given many opportunities, even though both my parents quit high school, did not finish school, but they made sure each of us kids got an education. You're on a section now called mail, and we used to get mail saying simply, Everett Moore near St. John's, or Everett Moore near Georgetown, Delaware, and that was it.
Right. I'm looking at some of these addresses. It says Ronald Merrill and Everett Moore, Route 5, Georgetown.
That is right.
That's all it said. Right, and then we had rural routes in boxes.
Right. Or now street numbers and, even the rural area.
Yeah, that's right. Then you get into some of the old cars, and this is an interesting part of Delaware history that you talk about, and this is segregation and integration.
Right.
It's a rough time in a lot of ways, integration.
It was.
For some, I mean, there's a history of some issues.
Right. In Georgetown High School, Georgetown was very unique because what is now Del Tech in the Jason building was actually the segregated high school, Jason High School, for the blacks for the entire county. And when obviously in the high school, I did not have blacks in my class until my senior year, although the school had been integrated before that, and that was because any of the black students in Georgetown that wanted to finish out their high school career at Jason could do that. And so in 1967, that was the last year of Jason High School. Then it became Del Tech.
You have a photo of some children being given injections at one of the, it was referred to as a colored school, right, at that time.
Yes, and that was considered the polite term at the time, referring to colored.
How about the Chesapeake Bay Bridge? I hear people, when they look back at the history, they say that changed a lot of the culture.
Well, it changed a lot because it opened up our beaches, it opened up our area to tourism, to new people moving into the area.
New accents.
New accents, and actually I have a picture of that in the chapter called Accents. When I went to the University of Delaware, the first 2 years I was at Del Tech in the College Parallel program, and I was awakened the first night, and the guys asked me to come down to the lobby, and they had placed bets on how far south I came from. Only one person had guessed southern Delaware. And then when I was at law school at College of William and Mary, a good buddy of mine came to me and he said, "Everett, I finally heard someone that sounds just like you." And I said, "Where'd you hear that?" He said, "I was watching a commercial last night for United Virginia Bank, and there was this Eastern Shore oysterman on." And he said, "He sounds just like you."
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up country, rural life in the 1950s and 60s, brand new. Everett Moore of Georgetown. You have this at your law firm, which is in Georgetown. Where is it?
That is correct. It's on West Market Street, Moore and Rutz at 122 West Market Street.
Where else is it for sale?
Wilson Store, Springfield's Crossroads, near Georgetown, east of Georgetown. Cops Seafood, near Lewis. Michelle's Barber Shop, just outside of Milford, and Bailey Seafood in Frankford, the Georgetown Historical
all country
Society.
Places, right?
That is right. And just sitting here now, we understand that Weller's utility trailers may be offering it as well.
Yeah. Everett, thank you for being here.
Oh, sure.
You got to get to anybody interested in history in general and the way life was, especially here in Sussex County. Growing up country, rural life in the 50s and 60s.
And Dan, I do have a website as well. It can be purchased at www.growingupcountry, and growing as in Sussex. We dropped the last G of country.com.
Growing with an N up at the end. Growingupcountry.com.
Very good. Nice seeing you, Dan.
Everett, fantastic.
And thanks for having me.
We'll be back in a minute.
Have you thought about pulling your boat out of the water for the winter? Now's the time to contact Shorts Marine in tax-free Millsboro, Delaware. Shorts can handle most boats up to 30 feet with one of the largest storage facilities on Delmarva. Shorts will take care of all your servicing needs to protect your boat. Call Shorts Marine now to schedule your winter service. 302-945-1200. 302-945-1200. Shorts Marine. Everything but the water.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville. Just letting you know, if you need a deal on a landscape trailer, I got brand new 5x8 landscape trailers for $597.50. The best price on the Delmarva Peninsula, available at Weller's and Weller's.
Fun in the sun and outdoor cooking really make for a great summer day. And who can resist the mouth-watering aromas coming from that barbecue grill? But is your outdoor gas grill ready? Got enough propane in that tank? It may be time for a propane exchange from Bring Me Gas Tank Delivery Service. Schedule same-day delivery right to your propane grill anywhere in Kent or Sussex. Call Bring Me Gas at 302-422-0603 or order online at www.bringmegas.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville with an unbelievable deal on some quality S Class 3 and Class 4 receiver hitches. They've been sitting around way too long and I want to get rid of them, so here's the deal. If I got one to fit your vehicle, they're $57.50 each. Get them while I got them.
Atlantic Aluminum Products in Greenwood, Delaware wants you to know that if you've been waiting for the best time to purchase a sunroom, screen room, or replacement windows, now is the best time.
My wife and I just had a great experience. They met all of our expectations. Can't say enough about the service.
The final price that we were given was the exact price that was estimated.
We're very happy with our sunroom. We use it every day. We don't know why we didn't make up our mind to do it sooner.
Stop waiting. Start living. Call Atlantic Aluminum Products today for a free estimate.
Hey everybody, it's me again, Jim Weller from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville, and I'd like to let you know I sell flags. 3x5 flags. We've got many, many, many to choose from. $9.97. Again, available at both locations, Ellendale or Bridgeville. Come see us soon.
Don't let your picnic go to the dogs because you forgot the gas tank. Bring Me Gas will dispatch a uniformed technician right to your grill with a barbecue tank exchange. You've put a lot of time
through Georgetown, both northbound and southbound. In and out of Dover and through Kent County, you're running fairly well. Do have construction throughout on Canterbury Road between Roseville Road and Carpenter Bridge Road. Restrictions there until about 5 o'clock this afternoon. And back in Sussex County on the Stein Highway, Route 20. Restrictions now between Carriage Road and Old Carriage Road and the state line, again, until about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on the new Delaware 105.9.
Trees, a complete tree care. That's the topic in our office all day. Complete Tree Care is Sussex County's leading tree company for removals, trimming, and plant health care done by an ISA-certified arborist. Call Complete Tree Care, 947-2273, 947-2273. Now the 3-day forecast from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center being brought to you by Millman's Appliances. Millman's Appliances has French door refrigerators at amazing prices with 18-month financing, 0% interest, a free 10-year warranty with every purchase. Millman's in Rehoboth, 302-645-6215.
Today we'll begin with a few showers passing through this morning. Then there will be clouds, some sunshine, and it will be a humid afternoon with a high of 82. Tonight's rather cloudy, a couple showers and a thunderstorm with a low of 60. Then tomorrow turns out cooler with a mix of clouds and sunshine, the high 72. Clouds, sunshine, just a spotty shower Sunday. Most of the days rain-free with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Train endurance engineers spend their lives pushing our heating and cooling units to the brink. But they're like anyone else. They're born.
Who put food in the DVD player?
They go to school.
Whoever is putting whatever in the pencil sharpener
stop it.
And when they grow up, they put train units through every test imaginable.
Sir, the condenser coil is stuck in the pencil sharpener again.
They're the reason a train is so reliable. But where do they come up with the ideas?
It's hard to stop a train isn't just a slogan. It's a way of life at Train. And with budget-friendly financing options available on new train heating and cooling systems, having reliable year-round comfort can be your way of life. From August 15th to October 31st, 2012, get special financing or up to a $1,250 instant rebate when you purchase a qualifying train system. Visit trainsearch.com for complete program eligibility, details, and restrictions. That's trainsearch.com.
It's hard to stop a train. Really hard.
Discover Bank would like to say thank you to all of their loyal customers the entire week from September 24th through the 29th with Customer Appreciation Week. Stop by and say hello. There'll be giveaways and free refreshments all week long for new and existing customers. The culmination will be on Saturday, September 29th at Discover Bank from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. Discover Bank invites you to come participate in their cakewalk, grab a hot dog or cookie, and join in on Customer Appreciation Week. Discover Bank is located at the intersection of Route 13 and 16 in Greenwood.
2012, a year of choices, your choices as election time approaches. Delmarva Broadcasting Stations have partnered with E! The People to provide you with local, nonpartisan information to help you decide on your choices for all the political races in Delaware and Maryland. Find candidate information customized specifically for your location. Even create your own ballot and print it out to take to the voting booth. Visit VoteDelmarva2012.com. That's VoteDelmarva2012.com or click the banner on our station website.
All right, it's the Dan Gaffney program. We are at Jimmy's Grill. Alex Pyres is speaking to us today as candidate Alex. He has some dates as he runs for the U.S. Senate as an independent that you said you wanted to promote here, right?
Yeah, people, the number one question we get is where can they go to see the three candidates, Mr. Copper, Mr. Wade, and myself. So if you have a pen, I'll give you the dates and you can see which ones you can attend. So here we go. There is nothing, obviously, this weekend, but next week, on the 9th of October, in Middletown at the American Legion, they're going to have a meet and greet for all the candidates. On the 11th, which is a Thursday, the Delaware Association of Realtors in Dover Downs having the candidates at 5:45. On the 16th, this is one of the most important ones. The University of Delaware is having the big debate, which I think will be televised. That's at 7 p.m., but you do need a ticket. That's the 16th. On the 19th, the seniors debate is at Innerside in Wilmington. Kathy Sessner is the contact there. It's 2 o'clock. On the 24th, the League of Women Voters at Delaware State. Jill Fox is in charge there, so that's the 24th. On the 30th, the WDEL with Chris Kyle at Widener. That's 8 a.m. on the 30th. And on the 1st of November, the Rotary debate. We're waiting for the details. So that's the list, Dan, of those people. And secondly, I just want to say this is the most exciting week since it started. The polls, we've done well, and it's a race. It's exciting. And when Chris Coons comes out and yells at me, and you know that Mr. Copper's finally woken up. So
he sent out some sort of a statement. He's the other senator in Delaware, Chris Coons. He sent out some sort of statement
saying, he supports his own, which is something that quite frankly, is not done. You want to talk about ethics? Nobody in the United States does that. Senators do not gang up on the opponents of other senators. It's not done. So, Mr. Coons, you need to go look at the rules, and it's not considered to be the right thing to do. You stay out of somebody else's race. So, but Chris is like Mr. Copper. He's never worked a day in his life either. So that this is the Professional Politicians Committee ganging up on myself and Kevin Wade.
Well, for him to do that, there's got to be some kind of internal message that this could be for real.
Oh yeah, not a joke. We're doing very well, and the polls show it. The commercials are now out, and just to turn up the heat, I just bought 30 billboards in Newcastle. 30 of them have my name on it. I have more billboards than Mr. Copper. I have more TV commercials coming out. I'm doing radio, and I'm trying to get my name out there for name recognition, and then I'm giving people the reasons. But next week, the most interesting commercial I've done. It's a minute-long commercial. It's all about John Williams. It's a tribute to John Williams.
Former senator. Speaking of growing up country, the 70s he was.
Yeah, late 60s and the 70s. From Millsboro, the pride of Delaware, and it's a commercial all about him and saying that's what we should look to as the gold standard in Delaware. He was our most famous senator ever, really, because of his honesty. So look at those commercials next week. And finally, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's coming forward and getting involved with the race. And final comment, if I can, for all you Republicans out there who really do want change, if you join our effort, the Independents and Republicans can easily defeat Mr. Copper, and we can see a whole new world. So you might want to think about that. And thanks for having me, Jim.
All right, that's Alex Pyres here at Jimmy's Grill. Dan Gaffney, Delaware 1059. We have some interesting issues going on with veterans here at the Home of the Brave, which is a great organization and has helped wonderful. It's a veterans home in Sussex County. In the next hour, though, there's some residents there that aren't happy with some recent internal things that's causing some problems, according to them, and they're going to tell us about it when we come back. It's just about 9 o'clock, Delaware 1059.
Local news first on Delaware 1059.
Delaware 1059 News Time 8:59. Good morning, I'm Mark Fauser. State police say a teenage firefighter was killed in a crash while heading to the Dagsboro Fire Company to answer an emergency brush fire alarm. 17-year-old Justin Townsend, a junior firefighter, volunteer firefighter from Dagsboro, killed in the crash yesterday just north of Selbyville. Investigators say Townsend was a passenger in a pickup truck that went out of control, struck a pole, and then overturned. Townsend was pronounced dead. At the scene, the driver was taken to BB Hospital, treated for non-life-threatening injuries, and later released. The investigation into the cause of the accident is still continuing. Owners of a solar plant in Dover are asking a judge to overturn approval for a natural gas facility next to it. White Oak Solar Energy says dust from construction and emissions would cut their output. Coming up, the refs are back, and so are the Ravens in prime time. From the first town in the first state, this is WXDE Lewis. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Sedapani. The way the FDA sees it, buying drugs from internet pharmacies could be akin to playing Russian roulette. Live to CBS News correspondent Peter King. Why the concern?
Well, Frank, they say you never know what you're getting. That may include counterfeit drugs that could hurt rather than help you. The FDA says the dangers include contaminated and expired medicines and drugs that contain no active ingredients or worse, poisons like arsenic. The agency's starting a new campaign. It's called Be Safe RX after research showed that only 3% of online pharmacies actually comply with state and federal laws.
The New York Times reports that government officials are working on new rules to protect the privacy of children online. Internet security expert Richard Smith says it's a case of the law catching up with technology.
The same web tracking technologies that are used for around the web for grown-ups are also being used for kids.
The man identified as the producer of the anti-Islam video that infuriated Muslims is under arrest in Los Angeles. A judge ruled he violated his release in an earlier case.
The judge said Nakula is a flight risk and has displayed a pattern of deception. As part of his probation, Nakula was ordered to stay off the internet and not to use any aliases. Federal officials say Nakula failed to do that. He allegedly did use an alias when making his film. Steve Futterman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A mostly residential neighborhood on the north side of Minneapolis is in a state of shock after the shooting at a sign-making business that left 4 people and the gunman dead and 4 other people wounded, 3 in critical condition. Mayor R.T. Ryback.
In a wonderful neighborhood and a wonderful business, we have had a horrible tragedy.
The gunman who took his own life had reportedly been let go by the company. The financially strapped Postal Service is going to miss a second multi-billion-dollar debt payment Sunday. Spokesman Dave Partenheimer says Congress could help matters by eliminating Saturday mail delivery.
By going to 5-day delivery, we would save about $2.7 billion every year.
More than 100 hardened prisoners have broken out of a jail in Iraq during a gun battle that killed 10 guards and 2 inmates.
All of the escaped inmates are Iraqi and members of Al-Qaeda, and most of them have been sentenced to death.
Reporter William Dunlap says 33 escaped inmates have been recaptured. Police in Roseville, Michigan are about to start taking soil samples from the driveway where a man claims he saw someone buried 35 years ago. He said the body may have been Jimmy Hoffa's. It could be another false alarm in a long list of Hoffa sightings over the years, but a woman who lives nearby believes it's worth the effort.
Jimmy Hoffa has a daughter remaining, and if that were my father and I didn't know where his remains were, I would like to put him to rest out of respect.
The longtime Teamsters boss vanished in 1975. The Commerce Department says income barely grew in August, but consumers spent more money. They had to because the price of gasoline was going up. Bank of America will pay more than $2.4 billion to settle a class action lawsuit over its acquisition of Merrill Lynch. Ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street, S&P futures are down 7 points. This is CBS News.
At Advance Auto Parts, we don't do anything just part way. We go full throttle. Right now, when you come to Advance, you can enter to win free do-it-yourself Valvoline oil changes for the life of your current vehicle. Free oil changes for the life of your car. One word, oil-diculous. Advance Auto Parts. Service is our best part.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I got it here.
Auto Parts. See store for details. No purchase necessary for sweepstakes. Visit advanceautoparts.com/Valvoline for program rules and to enter.
Every so often, the stars are in perfect alignment. And during the Lincoln Certified Pre-Owned Autumn Sales Event, now is that perfect moment. For a limited time, get 0.9% APR on the Certified Pre-Owned Lincoln of your choice, which also comes with the confidence of our 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty. The Lincoln Certified Pre-Owned Autumn Sales Event, exclusively at your Lincoln dealer. APR varies by term. Not all buyers will qualify for Lincoln Automotive Financial Services Limited Term Financing. Take delivery from dealer stock by 10/1/12. See dealer for qualifications, limited warranty, and complete details.
Delaware 105.9 News Time, 9:04 News continues.
Dave, we're on
Senator
at
Carper's health
9:20-ish.
brought up time and time again by independent candidate Alex Tyrese in this year's race for U.S. Senate. Tyrese, appearing on the Susan Monday show on Delaware 105.9, called upon Carper to release his records online to assure that his health to be sufficient to serve a 6-year term.
If you're really going to be around for 6 years and you've got Parkinson's and you have these mental lapses, I said, Mr. Carper to his face, put your physical online so people can see it, because if you're really, really sick, it's just like what happened between him and Roth. He brought it up constantly and said, and what happened was, as you all know, right in the middle of the third debate, Mr. Roth literally had a lapse and fell over. And then people said, oh my God, Carper was right. And within a year and a half, unfortunately, Senator Roth passed away.
Senator Carper's campaign says this is nonsense, that the senator is in fine health, and the allegations are not based in any fact. University of Delaware is joining with other institutions in an effort to train students in combating cybersecurity threats. Members of the congressional delegation are set to gather today in Newark to announce a grant from the National Science Foundation to help create a regional cybersecurity education initiative. The initiative, aimed at creating a pipeline of graduates skilled in addressing cybersecurity threats in the U.S., will include the University of Delaware, Delaware Tech, also Hartford Community College in Maryland. Supporters of the Maryland DREAM Act will be launching a campaign leading up to Election Day, when the ballot question will be decided by voters. Supporters are set to gather this weekend in Baltimore and then canvass surrounding neighborhoods. Voters in Maryland will be deciding whether to approve the law, which was passed last year. Coming up, it's Schofield on Sports, yet another night game for the Ravens, and this time the real refs are back. Delaware 105.9 News Time, 9:06.
The Baltimore Ravens won their 13th straight game at M&T Bank Stadium and beat the Browns for the 10th time in a row, 23-16 last night. Joe Flacco threw for 356 yards and 1 touchdown. He ran in another score. And Kerry Williams' 63-yard interception return for a touchdown in the third quarter was the difference in the game. Gio Gonzalez became the first 21-game winner in the major leagues, and Michael Morse hit 2 home runs as the Washington Nationals beat the Philadelphia Phillies 7-3. The Nats' magic number to clinch the NL East title is now down to 3. The Orioles were able to move closer in the AL East last night, even though they didn't play. The Yankees were shut out 6-0 by Toronto, and the New York loss moved the O's to just a game back of first place. The National Hockey League has canceled the remainder of their preseason as the lockout continues. The owners and player reps are set to resume negotiations today in New York. High school sports action from yesterday in boys soccer. Cape gets by Seaford 2-1. Sussex Tech routs Laurel 7-0. Sussex Central pounds Lake Forest 8-0. CR over Polytech 8-1. Delmar edges Milford 3-2. And Indian River over Smyrna 2-0. That's Schofield on Sports on the New Delaware 105.9.
And the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center forecast. We could see a passing shower this morning, otherwise clouds and some sun. Also humid today with a high of 82. I'm Mark Fauser, Delaware 105.9 News. The Dan Gaffney Show continues now, live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville. Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, live on the new Delaware 105.9.
A very upsetting, controversial issue about veterans in Sussex County coming up in just a second. I need you to pay attention to. First of all, we are live at Jimmy's Grill. The Highway 1 dancer guy is here, and his name is Seth, and he is dancing on Main Street in Bridgeville outside of Jimmy's Grill for us here. Look at that. It's crazy. He's got everybody... He has got some moves. This guy dances for hours and hours. People say, we hear messages, they say, the guy puts a smile on my face after a long day at work, and he is dancing outside. We asked him to come over because he dances up and down Route 1, and he is a special guest here in Bridgeville today. And he's dancing, and we'll probably talk to him. He's putting on a show, but we'll probably talk to him in the next half hour. Now, or before the end of the show today. Now, Andy Cannon is here. Andy Cannon is not going to dance.
No, not today.
Certainly not like that, I bet. Andy Cannon is with George Sherman Corporation, and folks, they work with all major brands of heating and air. Isn't that right?
That's right, Dan. Years ago, the Sherman Corporation made a commitment to not only service all brands of heat and air, but rather than just focus on one brand because it not always fits every application, we decided to take on all the major brands, and whether you have a Lennox, Trane, Carrier, York, just to name a few. We also, with Climate Master Geothermal, I mean, these products, I said we already service all of them, so we wanted to make sure that we could extend that replacement for that customer that maybe had one of those particular brand names and they wanted to stick with it and not have to change them to something else. And again, our service department is tremendous at being able to service them all. But in addition to that, some of these, the rebate programs with all of the manufacturers we're able to offer, and also 0% finance and up to 36 months. So it's a great time, to come in and call us, get an opportunity to educate you on all the different products that we provide. And in addition to that, Dan, every whole system that we change out, Sherman has always given the customer a 1-year free labor. To come out and at the end of the year to come out and give them a free service call at the end of their 1-year agreement, and that's a part of the benefit. Well, up from now until October 31st, we're going to extend that to 5 years. So in addition to not only getting a great service from our service department, you buy an entire new system. Again, whether it be a heat pump or a gas furnace or a geothermal system, we're going to extend that 1 year labor all the way up to 5 years.
Fantastic.
No extra charge.
You have ductless units?
Yes. Had a phone call this morning on the way here. A customer over here in Bridgeville had actually called, wanted to know if we did Mitsubishi ductless, and I'm going to go see them actually tomorrow.
Nice.
So for his house and shop. So ductless is a great way to get heating and air conditioning in areas where you don't have any ductwork at all.
Right,
Didn't you think that you'd be able to solve a solution? We can come out and educate you on that as well.
And speaking of solutions, they have a solutions center in Lewis at the Westcott's Corner area, Clay Road there, and live burn displays and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, Dan. When you come in, it's like walking into a home. We've set it up so we've got a full kitchen, a living room, a master bathroom, and everything, so that you can come in and take a look at all the different products that we have. If you want a particular faucet, we have it on the showroom. You can walk into the bathroom and see what it will look like in your new bathroom.
Right on.
So it's a solution center. We're there to educate folks.
We're listening to Andy Cannon, George Sherman Corporation, 0% for up to 36 months. You got some financing specials going on.
That's correct, and also each manufacturer up to about $1,350 in rebates that we have, and Lennox is one of them right now that's running that promotion. So you can take advantage of all that. We have a great sales staff. We come out and do free estimates. Again, Sussex County, we're at 645-5267, and in Kent, we're at 697-9601. We come out and give you a free estimate. We'll work around your schedule, and we love the opportunity to get you taken care of. If you're not already an existing customer, again, this is a company that's been around since 1960. You know, we're strong and rooted in the community, and we've got a great, wonderful staff, not only from the person that answered the phone, but right out to taking care of delivering your propane or oil. So give us a call. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Andy Cannon, one of our great Friday sponsors here at Jimmy's Grill. Home of the Brave is a place for homeless veterans to go. It's been a great organization. The Home of the Brave Foundation was established to give food and shelter and counseling to veterans of the armed forces of the United States. Harry Robertson is here. Harry, what branch of the service did you serve in?
I was with the Army.
And you're now a resident at Home of the Brave, the homeless veterans shelter, and you spoke out about some recent changes there, internal problems that you felt needed to be told publicly. I've also heard from another veteran there. I've heard from people who no longer live there. I've heard from a lot of folks in the community that there's been some grumblings, and it seems to be a personnel type issue about the interim director there. And we reached out to her, and she said no comment. After you spoke out, though, about your concerns and problems living there, what has happened to you, Harry?
Since that time, Dan, I have been reprimanded and asked to leave the premises and could no longer stay at the Home of the Brave.
Do you have anywhere to go?
Yes, sir, I have a place to go. I'm going to be living in a tent up on Sussex Highway, right outside of Greenwood.
I have the letter that they sent you, and it says you had disrespectful behavior shown towards staff and residents, and it will not be tolerated, it says. Your public pronouncements to individual organizations and on public radio trying to tarnish the reputation of Home of the Brave is totally unacceptable. And you're in a probationary period, they say, so you came on the radio, and is that what this is about?
Yes, sir, that's totally what it's about. And if anybody listened to that broadcast, I did not slander Les Stevenson. I did not mention anything about the Home of the Brave itself as far as slandering them. I did not mention anything about the residents. My main concern was about the director, Linda Boone herself. The way she treats the veterans, the way she belittles them, ridicules, and steps all over them, and staff members included, being ridiculed and stepped on like they are a bunch of dirt. The lady has and continues saying that a veteran is no one and means nothing.
Are there others who share your opinion? You're the guy who's the spokesman, but do other people agree with you?
Dan, yes, there are other people out there that agree with me, but unfortunately they are scared to death.
Is this a personality problem, or is it deeper than just you guys don't get along?
I don't think it's a personality problem at all. I am concerned about the future of the Home of the Brave. I'm concerned about the men that are following in my footsteps that need someplace to go and to get a new start on life. I just do not want to see them mistreated. Home of the Brave is a home. It is a stopping over place for veterans to get their lives back together.
Yeah.
It's not a place where they should be treated like they are no one.
I support the whole concept. Support a Home of the Brave. Love to give them publicity. And you obviously thought it was a good thing too. You wouldn't go there, but then there's just some changes over the. How long have these changes, these problems, been going on, Harry? In your opinion?
I have been there for just about 4 months, And the changes that are occurring have been going on ever since I got there. It seems like anytime she feels like changing a house rule to benefit herself, it's been changed.
Yeah. This belittling is the one that has me the most concerned, although what's worse, the house rules that you don't like or the comments?
It's actually, Dan, it's the comments of her telling the men that they're useless, telling one man that he can't be trusted, that he was useless. Veterans mean nothing. Anyone can get a medal. She told that to one veteran who was over in the Gulf
Hold on,
War.
Harry. I'm going to take a break. I have letters from other folks. We have another guest we're going to talk to on this very issue. Stick around. We'll be back. We're going to flush this out here on Delaware 105.9. Stay here. Take a break.
On your computer, your iPad, and on your smartphone at Delaware1059.com. You're even on radio. The new Delaware 1059.
Here's a look at your 3-day forecast for Sussex and Kent counties from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Today we'll begin with a few showers passing through this morning. Then there will be clouds, some sunshine, and it will be a humid afternoon with a high of 82. Tonight's rather cloudy. A couple showers and a thunderstorm with a low of 60. Then tomorrow turns out cooler with a mix of clouds and sunshine, the high 72. Clouds, sunshine, just a spotty shower Sunday. Most of the days rain-free with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
He's been there 17 months. Well, that's the one I'm going to tell you about.
A big jump in spending. This is the Dow Jones Money Report. I'm Jeff Bellinger. We didn't save much money last month. The government says consumer spending registered the biggest increase in 6 months, rising 0.5%
I got
in
it.
August.
Thanks. That's
that
good.
may have helped the economy some, but economists say the jump is more indicative of higher prices than a new willingness to splurge. Personal incomes were up 0.1%. There is a report United Airlines has scheduled another computer change. The business journals say United will replace the command-driven system used by ticket and gate agents with a new graphic interface on Monday. Passengers have reason to be wary. A massive computer transition caused multiple technical problems back in March. Business Journal says United has not warned customers about the change, which has been cloaked in secrecy. Stock market futures pointing lower. Walgreens ends its fiscal year on a sour note. The drugstore chain's profit declined in the fiscal fourth quarter, a time when Walgreens was not fulfilling prescriptions for Express Scripts. Jeff Bellinger, Dow Jones Money Report.
Shell Brothers began sales in their newest community, Senators, on the 15th and sold 27 homes in 2 days. One buyer called Senators the deal of a lifetime, and another called it the biggest no-brainer purchase she's ever made. Senators offers luxury Shell Brothers homes in the high-end area of Lewis, but at prices over $100,000 below area comps. Visit SenatorsDE.com to find out why it's the best-selling community at the beach. It's not too late to take advantage of the amazing pre-construction incentives and lock in your deal of a lifetime. Visit SenatorsDE.com today.
Last night I rubbed Aladdin's lamp, whispered nice things I could have. He said, son, where you should be, Stuart Kingston Gallery. They got diamonds, hard to find things, and their rugs blow me away. Looking for jewelry? The right accent for your house or business? Stuart Kingston Rehoboth has it all. Live auctions, online auctions. Did I mention rugs? You don't know what you will find at Stuart Kingston Rehoboth. So SK today. Hey everybody, Joe Kendall from Kendall Home Furnishings in West Ocean City and Fenwick Island, Delaware, and I need your help. Kendall Home Furnishings is in the process of an amazing year, and my warehouse is overflowing with scratch and dents, one of a kind, discontinued, misordered items that need to go and need to go now. So this Saturday, head to Kendall's Furniture Warehouse in Berlin, Maryland, right behind Barrett Chevrolet. Bring your pickup, bring your buddy who has a van. Starting at 9 o'clock, you're going to save between 70 and 90%. If you need directions, visit OCKHF.com and click on Warehouse Directions.
We're live at Jimmy's Grill on Delaware 105.9. We're talking about an important veterans issue. We have Harry with us, the veteran that spoke out on some living condition changes at Home of the Brave, and he's being ousted from the house. He'll be back homeless again September 30th, just in a few days, in retaliation for speaking out on the radio. And you're on the air at Delaware 105.9. Do you have a quick comment, please, for Harry, or a question?
Yeah, Dan, this is Butch Elzey. This Linda Boone that he's talking about, and then these guys, they can't speak out. They're scared to death. They've got no place else to go. And I've been working on this problem for the last 4 months, and I found out that 2 of the gentlemen were denied access to the board of directors. And I went, wait a minute, I mean, that's who these people are supposed to be working for. And it's turned into a social club, Dan. And if you talk out against Linda Boone, I mean, I talked to her on the phone one night. I was going to put my resume in to run the home. And she flat told me that I had no credibility to run that home. So she had heard.
Yeah, now this is Butch Elzey, who runs the Delaware Community Appreciation Group, has been working with wounded warriors for the past several years. So I thank you for that support, Butch. In the interest of time, I got to go. I got another letter here from a veteran who claims this is a concerned vet for veterans who has some inside knowledge of this situation. I'm not going to give the identity since we're getting into retaliation here. This veteran, separate veteran, says there's constant harassment that has caused one veteran to seek medical treatment for his blood pressure, constantly changing the rules, and there's no consistency. They never know what to expect the next day. Residents would rather leave and become homeless to continue to put up with her attitude. Restricting residents to go to the stand down to get outreach services, disregarding residents' dietary needs, making spaghetti with ground pork, and one of the guys can't eat pork, and she says, allegedly, you eat what is prepared, canceling appointments that needed for health reasons, etc. Is this the kind of thing this is a different veteran. Harry, is this what you're experiencing and seeing in the house?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing of it is, there are other veterans over there that would love to speak out, but they are scared to death. For example, one man was, he's been there for a long time. He was told that if he spoke out, that she would remove his housing voucher and evict him immediately from the premises. That's what kind of tactics that she's using now.
And you exercise your free speech to give your opinion and thought about what needed to change there, and for that, according to this letter, you're being kicked out of the house. You are being retaliated against. Is there any kind of, does anyone know, is there a whistleblower statute that would protect you? Are you getting any help? I saw you talking to some lawmakers right here at Jimmy's this morning. Are you getting anywhere?
We're getting very good support from them. We've established several different avenues that we can go.
Okay.
We have been in touch with a former director there by the name of Liz. Liz had none of these issues when she was there. She has helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of veterans, and she is leading us to some right people to get us on the right track of getting this reconciled.
All right, Harry. I don't want you to be homeless. That's my problem here. What is your name, ma'am?
Linda Shepard.
Lean up a little closer, Linda. Linda, what is your involvement here? Are you a veteran?
No, many of my family is veterans, and I have a son now that's having a lot of difficulty and may need to use the Home of the Brave to get help.
What is your knowledge of what's going on at Home of the Brave now?
Well, I know there's a man there that named Edward that was being evicted for leaving shoes or something on the floor that he rectified and was going to get written notice on, and Miss Boone destroyed the written notice and said, no, he's out of here.
Is that according to the man telling you? So it's
yes.
Like through secondhand here.
And he ended up in the hospital.
Do you go into the home, or have you been there?
I've been there, yes, I have. I went up there to assist with the yard sale and attend the yard sale, and that was the biggest fiasco. I mean, she advertised it 2 days prior in the Sussex Guide. And that was the biggest waste of money. And then all the stuff from the yard sale has been put in box trucks and taken to the dump. We tried to get the stuff taken to Louisiana, Mississippi, or the soup kitchen here in Seaford. No, she didn't want nothing to do with it. It's all in the landfill now. I mean, it's...
Are these things that people donated?
Yes.
And then she took it to the landfill because
Yes.
she think it was junk, according to her, I think.
Yes, I mean, there was brand new pillows. There was a brand new dishwasher that's never been installed. Washer, dryers. There's pictures documenting all this that was taken.
Harry, is that you saw that stuff? Is that stuff you would have wanted to use?
There's Dan. There's a lot of things that was put on that truck that was perfectly good to any veteran that was just starting out again and trying to make a life for himself. There was furniture, there was clothing, there was dishes, the brand spanking new dishwashers.
Well, look, we've got veteran on the inside, another veteran here in this letter. You're a veteran in front of me. You're active with veterans there. I have another veteran who wants to speak to us about this issue as firsthand knowledge on Monday. Can't something be done? I mean, this Home of the Brave has been a great organization, and I would hate to see it
I am not
collapse.
Exactly. I am not belittling Home of the Brave itself. Home of the Brave is a beautiful, beautiful place for men to get a new start on life. I'm not taking anything away from Les Stevenson. He's a very good man. I look for a lot more, and Les Stevenson's comment was that he would love to shut the Home of the Brave down.
Why?
But as long...
Sorry, man.
As long as there is a veteran that is homeless, Home of the Brave will be there.
All right, get yourself together. I want to talk to you in a minute, all right? Harry has received a letter evicting him from the home for speaking out about problems there on this radio show. We'll be back in a minute. The state and our lawmakers should be involved in this, and we'll tell you why in a minute on Delaware 105.9.
You're never out of the loop, even when you're out and about. Set a news button and hear a quick update every hour on the hour. The new Delaware 105.9.
And now your 3-day forecast for Sussex and Kent counties from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Today we'll begin with a few showers passing through this morning. Then there will be clouds, some sunshine, and it will be a humid afternoon with a high of 82. Tonight's rather cloudy. A couple showers in a thunderstorm with a low of 60. Then tomorrow turns out cooler with a mix of clouds and sunshine, the high 72. Clouds, sunshine, just a spotty shower Sunday. Most of the days rain-free with a high of 74. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Delaware 105.9 News Time, 9:30. Good morning. I'm Mark Krauser. We're back live to Dan Gaffney at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville in just a moment here on Delaware 105.9. A junior firefighter with the Dagsboro Volunteer Fire Department has died following an accident.
Picnic tables? Don, they're not picnic tables today. We're talking about these Adirondack chairs. They got to get out of here. So here's the deal. They were like $100 a piece. Right now, I'm selling them for $75. 2 for $100. They're available at Weller's in Ellendale or Bridgeville. They got to go.
Fun in the sun and outdoor cooking really make for a great summer day. And who can resist the mouth-watering aromas coming from that barbecue grill? But is your outdoor gas grill ready? Got enough propane in that tank? It may be time for a propane exchange from Bring Me Gas Tank Delivery Service. Schedule same-day delivery right to your propane grill anywhere in Kent or Sussex. Call Bring Me Gas at 302-422-0603 or order online at www.bringmegas.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here, and you know, I always get asked, do you have any used trailers? Today is your lucky day. I got a brand new 6x10 enclosed trailer at a used trailer price. $21.47 gets you a brand new 6x10 enclosed at Weller's in Ellendale or Bridgeville.
Atlantic Aluminum Products in Greenwood, Delaware wants you to know that if you've been waiting for the best time to purchase a sunroom, screen room, or replacement windows, now is the best time.
My wife and I just had a great experience. They met all of our expectations. Can't say enough about the service.
The final price that we were given was the exact price that was estimated.
We're very happy with our sunroom. We use it every day. We don't know why we didn't make up our mind to do it sooner.
Stop waiting. Start living. Call Atlantic Aluminum Products today for a free estimate.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville, talking to you about these energy-efficient eye heaters. They operate on literally pennies a day. So if you need a heater, this is the deal. We're the same price as the internet. They start at $279. Plus, we don't have any sales tax or shipping. Come get them.
Don't let your picnic go to the dogs because you forgot the gas tank. Bring Me Gas will dispatch a uniformed technician right to your grill with a barbecue tank exchange. You've put a lot of time into planning this great picnic, and now everyone can enjoy the beautiful day and the delicious food. Call Bring Me Gas at 302-422-0603 or order online at www.bringmegas.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville. Just letting you know, if you need a deal on a landscape trailer, I got brand new 5x8.
The Dan Gaffney program. Let's go to the telephones. Hi, you're on Delaware 105.9.
Morning, Dan. How are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead, please.
Now, do you have any insight on how this program, Home of the Brave, is funded?
Well, I know that recently there was House Bill 350, which created a fund. This is a Delaware fund for Home of the Brave for the purposes of allowing people who are taxpayers, they can designate their Delaware income tax return donations to Home of the Brave fund. And the Home of the Brave Foundation is a nonprofit, and they have this goal of helping veterans. So Governor Markell signed that back in July, and so right now there are state funds. You know, it's it's been private donation, but now they're getting the ability to designate your tax return dollars to Home of the Brave. So our state lawmakers should take note of that. Don't you agree, sir, or what do you think?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Home of the Brave is strictly, from what I understand, it is strictly all veterans of all ages are available for this program. And personally, I have no problem with any of my tax dollars going to them for that cause, because these people do a great service for our country and for us. And I've been down on my luck before. You know, I've had issues in my life before, and I've needed a little bit of help. Well, these people are able to get that help that a lot of people, a lot of veterans really need, though.
Oh, I know. But when they get the help, but when they get the help and they're there, and now we have guys like Harry here who says that the interim director is running it like a control freak, you know, allegedly, and belittling them in the place where they live, and it doesn't seem like anyone wants to respond and do something about that.
It does. It sounds like it's being run as a prison, not as a stepping stone like it should be. If tax dollars are being spent on it now I think the public people, since we're the ones spending our tax dollars to help fund this place, should have a say and should be able to do something about this woman. I mean, there's no reason for the belittling of these gentlemen and ladies, I'm sure. And it's not right. You know, something needs to be done, and something needs to be done soon.
Thank you, sir. Is that an accurate description? He says it seems from your talk that it sounds like it's run like a prison, not a home.
He's exactly right. Right now it's being run like a concentration camp. The men are being.
Somebody listening might go, "Oh, Harry, you're exaggerating, man. They're just rules. You got to have rules. You got to have order in a house."
I agree with him, and I agree. You do have to have rules, but you don't have to take any whimsical moment that you feel like it to change those rules to suit yourself.
Right.
And that's what's being done.
All right. Linda, let me ask you, any other comments that you have here and observations? You've been in the house the way it was run prior and the way it's run now. What differences do you see?
The spirit of the men have dwindled to nothing. They walk, like beating people. They're just beaten down. You got a man that's a soldier. He's fought for the freedom and fought for everybody's freedom and the right to speech and everything else, and they're being condemned for anything they say or do that's against what the director wants. If it's anything that they have to say that's not in her interest or what she feels should be said, then it's my way or the highway.
And this letter sort of indicates that she talked. This is from the vice chair of the board, though. So after a meeting and after Harry spoke out on the radio, they've decided to kick him out. So that.
Well, she runs the board. That was one of her statements. I am the board. She was the chair of the board. She stepped down to take this job. The chair has been left open. If anybody knows anything about Robert's rules, I don't think that's supposed to be done in bylaws.
Let me ask this young lady here to step up to this microphone, Ms. Bliss, right? What is Judy? Real quick, thank you for getting up. We're limited on time, and I have a few things here. Judy, have you been in the Home of the Brave?
Oh yes, I was hired or asked to come into the Home of the Brave as an electrician to make some improvements on the electrical system.
Is this under the current person?
No.
Or before?
I will not go back in there while she is director there. I did go there when Liz Jerome was the previous director.
That's the woman who was the veteran and had the guys upbeat and happy.
Oh yeah, the guys were really. It was kind of funny when I was there. The guys were really jovial, and they don't have women in there too often that are already,
But why won't you go back in now under the direction of Linda Boone?
Well, I don't believe that. I mean, if I went in there and said, okay, I'm going to charge you $95 an hour as an electrician to fix everything, I think she would just hand me the money. I don't think she cares about the fact that this money is designated for those men. And when I was there before, I volunteered my services as a licensed electrician in the state, and got to know the guys real well, and they were happy, glad to see me. They thought it was funny when I came in and they said woman on deck, so yeah. They had to let every guy know in the place that a woman was coming up the stairs.
What's it like now?
Right now, I can tell you one thing that I have seen and read personally that was written by Linda, and that is that she is tired of the over-the-top patriotic images for veterans and military. And she was speaking about an American Eagle that's on the sign in front of the Home of the Brave. She doesn't like red, white, and blue. She hates those colors. I don't even know. This woman's
Are you saying she wrote this somewhere?
She wrote this, yes, in an email.
Does somebody have that email?
Actually, I have a copy of it that my son retyped to make it clearer.
Oh.
And the design company that out of Wilmington also has the email.
Wow, very interesting. I think very interesting. Allison, you're on the air, Delaware 105.9. Go ahead, please.
Hi, good morning. I'm calling because I have a business in Lewis, and I know that I have given probably, I want to say $30,000 worth of items to Home of the Brave because I thought that it was a fantastic organization.
Yes,
my parents and all of us kids have been members of the American Legion, the VFW. My dad was in the war.
Yeah, I got you. And so what now? What do you think? What do you want to know now?
Well, my thing is that now I had no idea this was going on. And now, where do I go from here? Like, do I stop giving to that organization? Because I can't even believe this is going on. I thought this was something that was good for the guys and women who have served in the war, and they come over.
Well, it is something good. Let's be clear here, Allison. It is something good. Even Harry says it's something good. Everyone thinks it's fantastic. What we're talking about here is recent history under a recent director that has got the ire of these folks here today. How long, Harry, has this person been the director? Linda Boone. Does someone know here? Does anyone know? Linda or anyone? I just want to know how long has it been going?
Dan, I can't answer that question exact.
How long?
I arrived at the Home of the Brave in May, and she was. I'm sorry. Yes, the director's name was David. David was there when I went into the Home of the Brave.
Fairly recently.
So she has just recently been in there for about 3 months.
Okay. What?
Yeah, she's been the director there since May.
Okay, so that's what's happening here. This is a current problem. All right. I gotta wrap this up. What can people do to help, in your opinion, Harry, and you, Linda?
Support your American veterans. We need to. I deeply in my heart feel that this lady does not need to be a director, especially at a men's facility. And the way she's treated the men, I don't think she would make a good director for the women's facility either.
Huh.
I just want to cry about the whole thing. I think it's awful. I had no idea. You know, it just makes you want to not. It makes people who are doing good things for them not want to do the things they're doing, because this is like the Salvation Army. You get involved in the Salvation Army, those people get stuck in a situation, and those people, it's horrible. I can't
Thank
even
you very
believe
much for the call. Thank you very much for the call. I got to let you go. Get a hold of your lawmakers. And are the other men afraid to speak out publicly?
Yes, sir, they are. Yes, Dan, they are.
And this is probably why.
And I can't.
The retaliation that you've gotten here.
I can't blame them for what they've been told would happen to them if they did speak out. I can understand that.
Okay.
They would be in the same position I am.
Final word, Harry, for today.
Support your American veterans. They need your help.
And these 15 guys inside the Home of the Brave need your help right now, you say?
They need a lot of help. They need a lot of help and a lot of support.
All right. Let me get this young lady on one more time. Swing that mic. You swing it closer.
Yes.
Watch your head.
These guys fought for all your freedom and freedom of speech for everybody in the United States. Now we got to fight for them. The ones that are home here, some of them are disabled. Some of them have a lot of disabilities. They don't have families in the area. We're their family, and we got to stand up for them.
Final word from you?
Yeah, I remember when I was there at Christmas time, they were so happy that they were putting up their own Christmas trees and everything else. And we need to get all our veterans together on this issue. Ones with homes and ones without homes. I'm a veteran, my husband's a veteran, and we are appalled by this crap that she's done. And she needs to be kicked out of the state and not involved with any more veterans in this state. She can go play with the veterans somewhere else. If she wants that money, she's going to have to fight us for it.
All right. Talking about residents upset with the way Home of the Brave is currently being run here.
It's such a wonderful, wonderful organization. I'm a daughter of a veteran who died in Normandy. And I, for one, have donated a lot of money to this organization, and we really need to see what's going on. And thank you, Dan, for bringing this to the light.
Call your lawmakers. Call your state senator. Call Gary Simpson, State Senator Simpson. Call Harvey Kenton. Call all your state lawmakers in Sussex County, because and remind them about House Bill 350 recently passed. It was sponsored by John Atkins and co-sponsored by Senator Bunting and Booth, and that was House Bill 350. We now can people in Delaware can donate on their tax form money to this organization, and it's very interesting to hear what's been going on recently on the inside of this organization. Harry, hang in there. I want you to stay in touch with me. If you end up living in a tent next week, as you said, let me know, all right? And keep in touch. And I know there are other folks in the veteran community that have been helping you. I hope we get to some kind of resolution here that you can at least stay in the house. I'd like you to stay in the house, right? I'd like it to get fixed. Thanks for speaking out. It's a very, I don't know what to think of it. I know the director's husband is chair of Veterans Affairs. Yeah?
I just wanted to say, Dan, that the Home of the Brave was not originally a Delaware entity, you might say. It wasn't a Delaware state entity.
The government wasn't involved. It was
right.
private.
Well, it was funded out of Maryland. The whole thing came out of Maryland. And when the governor signed this bill, it was not a Delaware entity. It was not a Delaware entity. It did not become a Delaware entity until August the 1st. So technically, when he started this bill back in...
it was signed in July.
It was signed in July, but it was started a couple months before that.
It was a Maryland entity at that time.
Right. When he signed that bill, it was a Maryland entity, and I don't think he even knew it at that time. But I do know that he's real good friends with her husband.
All right. Who, the governor?
The governor, yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks for airing your concerns and standing up here for the veterans. It's 9:47. When we come back, we got a complete rundown of things going on with one of our sponsors, Outlet Liquors. Dave Hill is my next guest. And the Highway 1 dancer. Let's hear it for that guy. Put a little levity in there, and we're going to talk to him and to wrap it up today. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville. Just letting you know, if you need a deal on a landscape trailer, I got brand new 5x8 landscape trailers for $597.50. The best price on the Delmarva Peninsula, available at Weller's and Weller's.
Fun in the sun and outdoor cooking really make for a great summer day. And who can resist the mouth-watering aromas coming from that barbecue grill? But is your outdoor gas grill ready? Got enough propane in that tank? It may be time for a propane exchange from Bring Me Gas Tank Delivery Service. Schedule same-day delivery right to your propane grill anywhere in Kent or Sussex. Call Bring Me Gas at 302-422-0603 or order online at www.bringmegas.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville with an unbelievable deal on some quality S Class 3 and Class 4 receiver hitches. They've been sitting around way too long and I want to get rid of them, so here's the deal. If I got one to fit your vehicle, they're $57.50 each. Get them while I got them.
Atlantic Aluminum Products in Greenwood, Delaware wants you to know that if you've been waiting for the best time to purchase a sunroom, screen room, or replacement windows, now is the best time.
My wife and I just had a great experience. They met all of our expectations. Can't say enough about the service.
The final price that we were given was the exact price that was estimated.
We're very happy with our sunroom. We use it every day. We don't know why we didn't make up our mind to do it sooner.
Stop waiting. Start living. Call Atlantic Aluminum Products today for a free estimate.
Hey everybody, it's me again, Jim Weller from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville, and I'd like to let you know I sell flags. 3x5 flags. We've got many to choose from. $9.97. Again, available at both locations, Ellendale or Bridgeville. Come see us soon.
Don't let your picnic go to the dogs because you forgot the gas tank. Bring Me Gas will dispatch a uniformed technician right to your grill with a barbecue tank exchange. You've put a lot of time into planning this great picnic, and now everyone can enjoy the beautiful day and the delicious food. Call Bring Me Gas at 302-422-0603 or order online at www.bringmegas.com.
No matter where you are, you're never more than a click or call away from Geico. It really is as simple as that.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Geico presents a thank you letter from your motorcycle.
Hi, you dear guy that sits on me. I just wanted to say thanks. Ever since you saved money on your motorcycle insurance with Geico, we've been going out a lot more. The beach, the mountains, that curvy road that leads to the diner with the milkshakes you love. Look, the point is, you and me, we've become the biker buds. And I like it. I like it a lot.
Geico could help you save on your motorcycle insurance. and that should make you and your bite very happy.
Hi, I'm Dan Kish, head chef at Panera Bread, here to tell you about the new roasted turkey and cranberry panini. Of course, the star of the show is the roasted turkey, the way it's raised, the vegetarian diet, no antibiotics, and the way we cook it, long and slow, to capture the moisture that's naturally there. So when you bite into this sandwich, you've got the roasted turkey, but you've got the bright notes of the cranberry. Sometimes you just want simple comfort, and that's what you taste. Panera Bread, make today better. And don't forget Panera for all your catering needs.
Hold on, here we are, Delaware 105.9, Dave Hill, Outlet Liquors, big festival, wine, beer, and food.
Yes, it's our fall. It's our second one of the year. We started these when we first opened 2009. Huge events, very, very popular. Saturday, October 13th, starts at noon, runs to 3. You're going to have the ability to sample well over 80 wines. Some of these wines are going to be the newest additions to our store, and a lot of these wines are just being released and debuted at our festival. So come by, you'll be able to find some wines you like. We're going to have many local restaurants. Rusty Rudder's going to be there, Naj and Root, and the others are all falling into place. Dan will be there. It's a great time. We have all the beer samplings here as well. Entertainment, Chapel Street Junction, Delaware's Kathy Gorman, 12 to 3. It is a fabulous time. So I encourage everyone to come by for our festival, and we really want everyone to come by Outlet Liquors. If you're looking for an enjoyable shopping experience, if you want the best selection for you to choose what you want to get, if you want the best values, the best staff, we go out of our way to make sure everyone has an enjoyable shopping experience from when you enter the store through the shopping experience. We'll help you at the checkout. We will take your purchase out to the car, load your car for you. It's just from start to finish. That's like a good glass of wine. Shopping at Outlet Liquors is, once you try it, you'll want to come back for more.
Thank you very much. Dave Hill, it's been fun having you here, as always, at Jimmy's Grill. Thank you.
Oh, it's great here. And I do want to thank your listeners, because we come in, they come by all the time of how they've heard about the products or the store on the air, and come back, we get the feedback. You've got the best listeners around.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we're talking about Outlet Liquors, Route 1, next to PNC Bank and Hickman's Meat Market, and Naj is there, and right across from the outlets.
And we can see what our next guest there.
Sometimes, right? Our next guest is a guy you see dancing on the highway on Route 1 in the Rehoboth Lewis area at various places for hours and hours. The Highway 1 dancer guy, and his name is Seth. And let's hear it for Seth, everybody. Yay. Seth, you just did a little dance out here in Bridgeville. Does it feel cool to be in a different location?
Yeah, it was kind of strange. First time actually doing it, not in Rehoboth, but it was still fun.
Yeah, did you get any kind of reaction?
Yeah, I got reactions. Kind of, some people knew who I was. They're like, "Hey, it's him." They kind of do a little thing where I point at them and they point back and they honk the horn. A couple people done it, so yeah.
Tall and skinny guy with some crazy moves. Did you make up all those moves?
Like, to me, like when you're listening to music, when you call it dancing it is just moving to the music. You know, you just have to feel it, and then that's pretty much what I do. Whenever you have a certain song, you just close your eyes and you just feel it, and that's how people enjoy what I do. Because I get down, I get low.
It's funny.
Yeah,
some of it's funny.
Yeah,
I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, people love it. Like I was telling you earlier, when I first started out, when I had earbuds. It was bumper-to-bumper traffic earlier this summer, and I turned around, and when I was doing my thing in front of it was somewhere, I forget where it was. I think it was in front of the British Big Fish Grill or whatever
the
it was.
fish and chips place.
Yeah, fish and chips. There you
go fish.
Yeah, go fish. There
you were
go.
standing
and,
that's on the Highway 1, yeah.
Yeah, and I turned around, and there's this elderly woman sitting in the passenger seat of a car, because it's bumper-to-bumper. She had, I guess she had oxygen, one of those tanks or whatever, had the tube around her. And she turned around, I turned around, looked at her, she smiled, and she started doing her own little dance inside the car. Next thing you know, like 5 minutes later, I'm still doing it, it's still bumper to bumper. I come up in the same car, and she's doing it again, going up and down. And then, like, I guess her daughter was driving her, and she looked, and she just bags up and laughs, because it just made everybody happy.
Listen, you do make people happy. I had people call me and say, you know, I was having a bad day at work, and I got stopped at the light at Route 1 and 24, and I look over and I see that silly guy dancing, and I had I cracked up in the car.
Yeah, everybody enjoys it. Like I said, like you have anywhere from bikers be having fun, the people in trucks and tractor trailers, bus drivers, you got people in regular cars.
What do you do when people try and give you money?
Usually, like, at first, like, if they want to, they do. Like, if they want to give tips, I accept, but I don't do it for the money. I just do it because it's fun.
You have a job.
Yeah, I work at American Eagle at the Seaside Outlet.
And you said, I said, where are you from? And he said, I was born in Beebe Hospital.
Yeah.
And then you moved to Georgetown.
Yeah.
And now where do you live now?
Right now I live in Long Neck.
Long Neck, cool.
So, yeah.
How do you get around? Did you drive out here yourself?
No, actually, my boss heard, and she said she was willing to drop me down here. She's like, if you get invited somewhere, you better go, man. You better take
Promotional
the
consideration
exactly,
provided by American Eagle. That's in the outlets, right?
Yeah, Seaside Outlets. Pretty much where I dance most of the time.
That's where you got. And how do you choose a spot? Because I saw you yesterday. I saw you yesterday in front of McDonald's. And I was over 4 lanes of traffic, and I was with my daughter, my little girl, in her ballet costume, and I said, hey, look, there's the dancer guy. I think I might talk to him on the radio tomorrow. And she laughed. She got a kick out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how do you pick a place?
Basically, it's just whatever I'm feeling. Like, usually it's at a stoplight. That's the main place. And then sometimes I'll do a little thing from stoplight to stoplight. But mainly it's just wherever I get the good vibe, you know? I mean, I normally get it at McDonald's, and then I'll get it right by where the Cracker Barrel is. And then the main
when
one,
you say get it, that's where you'll get the good vibe?
Yeah, like...
It's like a feeling that comes upon you or something?
Well, no, it's like good feedback, you know? Everybody enjoys it, and then that's where, like, a good place to go. Good interaction. There you go. Good audience. And the main one is right there.
I didn't know what was going on there with the good vibe. But when you're getting a good...
vibe, you go.
Because that's your audience, and if the crowd is into it, you're into it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, because I'm supposed to be in the paper of Cape Gazette.
They interviewed you?
Yeah, he interviewed me yesterday, took pictures or whatever. It was kind of funny. Is like as soon as I got into it, there's like four cars in a row because he was on the other side of the highway in front of the outlet, and he took pictures or whatever. I guess people saw that, and then they got hyped up. I guess they were all friends. They're like, woohoo, yeah, the highway dancer, all right.
Highway dancer, yeah. Did you name yourself?
Pretty much. Like everybody's like, oh, to do the dances. I was like, well, I gotta come up with a name or something so people know who it is.
Yeah.
Instead of people just making all types of crazy mess.
How old are you, Seth?
I am 20 years old.
20?
I'll be 21 in December.
Did you go to school around here?
I went to school, high school. I went to Seaford for 3 years, and then I came back to Central for my final year.
Right on. Highway dancer. He has a shirt that says, I am, and the big arrow, turn around, the Highway Dancer. Seth, you rock, man. Thank you very much. You make my day. I got to laugh out watching you dance right here.
Oh, yeah. That makes people happy.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thanks to everybody for listening. This is Dan Gaffney at Jimmy's Grill, Delaware 1059.
Local news first on Delaware.